they handed it to me and it was in my hands, they couldn't take it back.
So you've got 4 sandwiches.
So I have these, I've still got sandwiches in the fridge. So,
Yeah, I can see where they wouldn't, once they give it.
But even just to hand it to you, your hands are just on the sack, I
Yeah.
just couldn't believe it. But
I couldn't. Oh, no.
Don't let me interfere. So we'll just start out with our wuji stance. The feet are shoulder width apart. Here, we'll just kind of stop for a minute. And so what we're doing is I'm bending one knee a little, bending the other, and that causes my torso to turn. I'm not moving the knees sideways. So I'm just shifting my weight just a little, and then let your arms hang there, and when you push off, you'll bend one knee and then push off. The power comes up through your leg, up through your back, and out your arms. Notice my head isn't moving a lot. And then you can use this you can use an open hand, or you can make a fist and lightly tap yourself. Anywhere you'd like. It's kind of stimulating, it kind of resets everything. Because you're just letting your body be loose, but you are exercising. And then we'll just let ourselves come to a stop. Just sort of like you've just had a wind-up toy and it's just finishing. So we're back in the wuji stance. Feet are shoulder width apart. Knees are soft, weights evenly distributed on the feet. Lower back relaxes, shoulder blade relax. Chin is level or tucked a little bit so that the high point on your head can go straight up. And that sort of just lengthens your spine a little. I'm not trying to stand taller, but with the head intention going up, I can feel my body open just a slight bit. Then I let all the muscles and organs and everything else relax downward. The water in our body settles. Observe your breathing. Just watch your breath. Just, if you can, listen to it, feel it. And we're going to go right into the good morning 5. So what you do is you cross your arms, your back rounds just a little bit. And then you inhale and you feel your back arch a little bit. It just happens when you move your arms this way, when they come in front. And then they go out and back a little, your torso gets involved. Inhale here, exhale down. But don't worry about it if your breathing's off from this. One more, open and close. Now we're going to add picking up the bucket of water. We do the same thing. Inhale, bend the knees, pick up an imaginary bucket of water. Use your legs and then your arms. You lift it above your head. The bucket disappears and the water flows down over your body. Again, open, get the bucket, lift it, and it goes away in the water like a shower. Again. Now be sure to use your legs here and then your arms, and avoid using your back. It's just good practice. One more time. Nice. Now hold an imaginary ball in front of you. You're gonna, your right hand's on top, you're gonna gently press the palm toward the floor and this palm toward the ceiling. And then you're gonna turn your torso in the direction of the lower hand. And then you come back. Change to the other side. You breathe in here, pressing. Breathe out as you rotate. Back to the front. Try not to let your knees twist, so we're isolating the rotation away from our knees. You get a little more of a stretch in your thighs and your lower back. Be sure to keep the top of your head going up, so you're rotating on this center line. Looking good. And inhale. Once more on each side. Good. The fourth one, you let your hands come down, you breathe in, press forward as you sink a little. Inhaling, and as you exhale, send something good out into the world, something that any person on the planet would be happy to get. Once more, and then come back. And now we're going to gather some of that goodness into us. So you sink, your arms go out, you bring it in, and absorb it. Just like a nutrient. And you can do as many of these as you like. We'll do this once more. And this time, cross your arms, embrace the world. And then put your hands in front of your shoulders and embrace yourself. And just imagine that goodness you've shared and brought into you going to work in your body. Very good. Okay, let's take a seat for a moment, just for a few minutes. And those who've been here before, you'll want to stand up. Everybody, those of you who can't see, everybody sat down, but this is a standing practice. And from the side, it looks like this. For the people at home, touch the back of your calves against the chair. Now you're going to find your hip joints, which are you're just where you feel your leg moving there. Okay? You're going to take your fingers and you're going to press into that joint and downward, and you're going to sit. And then you're going to feel how it feels to be in that position. If you'll notice, you wind up a little more, you wind up vertical. It's a really good, strong position. If I were to push on you, you'd be able to take my push into the ground. It's solid. Try it again. Stand up. One more time. Go ahead. And you don't have to push if you've done it enough times, but you push in, you go down, and you find yourself sitting nice and upright. Notice your torso's open. You can breathe, instead of being slumped over. And it's it's the wuji stance, seated. Let's review the 5 elements. So, and get yourself comfortable. But if you can just slide back and keep this vertical sense. But you can use the chair for support, of course. Wood is the first element, springtime. So we bring our hands in front of us and out. So this is wood. This is the world coming alive or renewed in the springtime. Summer is fire, so here we think of heat spreading out over the world. And then either the fire dies down or night comes and it goes away. And then the third is earth. You turn your palms toward each other, bring them into your chest, and you press down, reconnecting with the earth. The fourth is metal. We pull metal ore, and then just sort of embrace it, and you can just lean forward a little, and then as you straighten up again, your arms go out. That's metal. We've taken the ore and we've turned it into like a tool. Water, there's the wave, it lands on the beach, spreads out over the sand, returns to the ocean, and we return to the beginning. Notice this is the opposite move of wood. One's coming up, we'll start again. Wood comes up through the body and just sort of flows out. Wood is springtime, fire, summer. Feel your sternum come forward, your shoulder blades go together, and then the opposite happens. Then lower your elbows. Earth, you bring it into the center, and feel yourself reconnect if you come disconnected. From the earth, we pull metal ore, we refine a little lean and then stand up, and we turn it into a useful tool. Water, the wave lands, spreads out, flows back into the ocean, and we return to the beginning. Any questions? Well, let's get up. So, if you're just coming back after a while, I'm going to be a mirror image, and this will be the stepping. The stepping goes out at an angle. So you stand in the wuji stance, and what you'll do is feel your head go up, down. You want to keep in mind this central axis in your body that goes from the top of your head, straight through your body, right down to where your legs come together. And you want to keep that vertical. You don't want to be tilting it a lot. The only time we tilt it is when we do metal. And notice it's from my hip joint, like where we were pushing. That goes in just about an inch, and then it stands up again. So we'll come back to that in a moment. So we're in the wuji stance. And then you shift your weight into the right foot, let your weight go here. Make sure your right leg is bent just a little. Your head still goes up. Now just straighten your left leg and touch the heel. And then shift till you got more weight on your left foot than your right. And then shift all your weight back, lift your left toe, bring that foot underneath, and return to the wuji stance. Once more, balance, touch. Now this is the second half of the form. This is where we do metal. So what you're going to do is that little tuck. And then simultaneously you're going to shift forward and straighten out. So your weight, yep. And then in water, we keep our feet flat, we shift back, we shift forward, we shift back, lift the toe, return to the wuji. Let's try that again. Same side. Shift into your right foot, release the left. Straighten the leg, touch the heel. It's going out at an angle, not sideways, but 45, roughly, don't worry. You shift your center forward. Keep both feet flat, then shift back, lifting the left toes. Bring the foot under, return to the wuji. Now we shift again, one more time, touch the heel. Here's where you do that little tuck, and then shift forward. And then we shift back. This is water. We shift forward, and then we shift all the way back. Bring the foot under, return to the wuji, and then that's where we return to the beginning. Let's do the other side, just the bottom half. So the top just relaxes. Shift into the left foot, release the right. So notice my heel comes up. I touch the heel. I shift forward. I shift all the way back, lifting the right toe, pulling the right foot under, and then shifting into both feet. Then I shift into the left foot. So now we're going to do metal, touch the heel, little bow, and then shift forward. Shift back, lift the toes. Is that right? No, I goofed up.
Yeah, I've got it.
Okay, we'll do that again. Shift back and come back. So let's try it again. Shift into your left foot, lift the right hip. Your head's pointing to the ceiling. Touch the heel. Shift your center forward. Shift your center back, lifting the toe, balancing on your left foot, bringing your right foot in. Shift into the left foot, touch the heel. Now I want to tell you, when you do the little tilt forward, don't put any weight on your right foot though. So you just tilt, and then you intentionally shift forward as you stand up. Keep the feet flat, shift back, shift forward, and then come all the way back. Pull it under you. Good. Everyone's looking a lot better. You take, the thing is, don't want to take too big a step so that it pulls you off balance. You always want to, no matter how far you step, whether it's a little one, a big one, you want to be able to decide whether to bring that back. So we're going to do it with the arm movements. So we're in the wuji stance. Head lifts up, everything relaxes down. Wood. Hands come up, we open. Think of a tree in springtime. Right now they're all budding. They're all doing what we just did. In summer, you balance on your right foot, bring your hands up, touch the chest. You're going to shift your center forward. Arms go forward and open up. And then they come back towards together. When they're about shoulder width apart, turn the palms toward each other. Bring your center, bring your weight back over your right foot. Bring your left foot in and press down. So that's earth. Metals next, balance on the right foot, touch the heel. We gather. Now here, notice I'm just tilting about an inch. And then I shift forward as I stand up and extend my arms. So here's the tool we made. And then in water's winter, you shift back, lower your hands. Here's a wave. Shift forward, the water spreads over the sand. Shift back, everything goes back into the ocean. You return to the wuji stance. And we return to the beginning. Bring everything back in. And we do it going that way. Wood. Step, shift, fire. Earth. Shift back, bring the foot under. Metal, balance, touch. You bring it in, little tuck, and then stand up as you shift forward. Shift back, hands come to the hips. They go out as you shift forward. They come back. Return to the wuji stance. Return to the beginning. Now something on water, but just watch here, it comes down, and then your hands stay low. When we do fire, it's up here. And sometimes, what I want you to do when you're doing either of these, I want you to think about not leaning. It's real easy, if you watch me from the side, it's real easy for my hands to pull me forward. And I don't want to do that, because that's how you can get pulled off balance. So you go forward, but notice, you see my back stays straight. You can think about my back being on a wall almost. If I push out from here, I'm stronger than if I push and lean. So keep that in mind. And so when you're going on the water, you'll feel this, you're shifting, your torso shifting, but you're keeping your head at all times above your dantian. So let's do it again, and I'll remind you at those 2 points. Wuji stance. Take a deep breath. And begin. Wood. Balance on the right foot, step. Fire. Keep your head above your dantian. Earth. Stays there, your whole body comes back. Very good. Metal. Now this is the only time the head stays above the dantian, but then we just tuck our hips and then we bring our hips forward as we shift and extend the hands. And then here's water. Shift back, bring them down here. Now keep your torso vertical as you shift forward and go out. Then you bring your torso back. Return to the wuji stance, return to the beginning. Other side. Wood. Balance. Extend the right foot. Hands here. Remember to keep your torso vertical. Don't lean. Open. Close. Palms toward each other. Earth. We shift back. Come solid. Settle down. Metal. Balance. Touch. Gather. Your hips tuck an inch, and then they come forward. And you shift your weight forward. Water, shift back. Once again, keep your torso vertical as your arms go out. Flow back into the ocean. Wuji stance. Return to the beginning. Excellent. Well, we're going to do it. Follow along one time, then we'll take a break. I'm just going to call out the name of the technique. Wuji, wood. Fire. Earth. Metal. Water. Wuji. Return to the beginning. Let's pause for one breath. Wood. Fire. Earth. Metal. Water. Wuji. Return to the beginning. All right, good job. Let's take a little break. Have a seat. Okay, next we're going to, so there's the coordinating of the weight shift and the stepping and the arm movement. So it's a good transition into the slightly more complicated Tai Chi. Okay, let's try this one more time. And this time, just visualize it was like when we were doing that little tuck. So here, just let your hips go back and down as you sit down. All right, so the Tai Chi, we've been doing this for a week now, so it's kind of fun. If you think about it, there's a line here. My hand's against a wall, I can go like this. I can go wax off, wax on, wax off. So we're going to start this movement. Now, I only mention a wall, or you don't have to pretend you're up against a wall, but it lets you know that you're working on this plane. So our arms go out and just come down. Relax those fingers like you're waving, you're riding on the back of a Corvette in the homecoming parade. And you're just waving. Now let's try the other side. Now try not to, you don't have to, don't lift it up. This is just more, we're just rotating in the shoulder joint. Now we're going to alternate. Now let your torso rotate just a little as you do this. Turn just a little in the direction. Stay seated, but just feel that slight turn. Good. Okay. So that's one way. Now the other way is this way. Once again, your homecoming parade. Now I noticed some of you didn't like that. You're probably Ford people, so you're in a Ford Mustang convertible. So there it is. Going like that way. Now try the other hand. Out. Now we're going to alternate. Out, out. They come up your center and go out. Yeah. It comes up and goes out to the side. Up and out to the side. Good. Now when we do cloud hands, we turn the palms toward us on the top hand. The other one just sort of gently pushes. And it's just right about there. Let those fingers relax. Good. So another move, so this is waving hands like clouds. Now the other one we can do is you can come over to your right side and hold the ball. And now we're going to do parting the wild horse's mane. So your right hand is just going to go down. Your left hand goes from your hip out from your chest. And then you're going to rotate a little to your left and hold the ball here. Your left hand goes down to your hip and your right comes out from the chest. Ball. So this is your right hand's up, parting the wild horse's mane. So notice when you bring your hands across like this, feel your back, your shoulder blades sort of separate. And when you push down and up, the shoulder blades come together a little. So your back is involved a little. Keep your right hand up. This is almost everyone, when they turn this way, wants to rotate this way. But we're going counterintuitive. So it's like this. And then you just rotate. This is hard for almost all of us at first. Hold the ball. Up. Hold the ball. Up. Good. Now what I'd like you to do is keep your right hand out. I'd like you to just move it like this. So here we're going to do, before we've been doing this sort of thing, or we've been doing this sort of thing. Here we're going to combine the two. So your right hand's out. You've just done parting the wild horse's mane. This one's going to go down, but this one's going to go up. And so you've got one going down the center line, one coming up the center line. Block down, block up. Block down, up. The hand that's coming down, that should be inside the other one. That's dealing with something that's closer. And then this is, so say someone reaches that for you with their left hand, you're going to push it away, then they come with your other hand, you move it away. Just a little bit. You don't have to use muscles. Just the angle does it. Good. Okay, so from this one, let's go ahead and put this one up here. We just did part the wild, white crane flashes its wings. Turn a little this way. Now we're going to do brush knee. And you push left hand forward, right hand brushes over the knee. So this is this movement. So anyway, so then you turn this way. Your left hand comes down, right comes, and it pushes forward from your shoulder and this pushes out. This is a little nice one. Yeah. and just relax those. You want to use your shape. Right now I have this shape, and that's where the power comes from. It comes from using the shape to deflect the incoming energy, just redirecting it. Feel connected through your arms into your back, down into your pelvis. All of a piece. Good. Then, okay, let's have our left hand up. Then you're going to bring your left hand in and your right hand goes out. So your fingers are pointing directly. This one is down by your navel. This one is coming out from your heart, pointing. Parting the wild horse, or play the lute. Thank you, everybody. Play the lute, and then they change places. So your top hand is extended further. The other one's by your elbow. And then just make this circle. So this hand, someone's hand is against yours, you blocked it. You're going to grab the wrist, you're going to pull it in, and you're going to control their elbow. That's what's happening here. So you're just going to take the wrist, pull it in, and straighten their arm and control the elbow, playing the lute. So you think about a guitar, you've got the, good. And relax. Shake it out a little bit. One more and then we'll call it good for seated. This one is like you're swimming. Repulse the monkey. Once again, keep your sit bones in the chair, but let your torso turn. Let your left shoulder goes forward, right? But you're not leaning. I'm not leaning. I'm keeping that vertical axis. My pelvis up to my head, through my shoulders is all vertical. Nice. Good. Okay. Any questions? Shake it up. Well, let's, excuse me. Let's look at one more. Single whip. This hand just goes like so. Notice how there's a bend in my elbow, and my wrist is about shoulder height. This hand then, the other hand, just does sort of like a windshield wiper out. It's like wave hands like clouds, but your hand is out. Then you can just go with this one and go like this. So you hold something here, and then you stretch it out. This comes in. Stretch. Some people will turn when they do it, but we're just going to do not turning. So this is like you're opening up, and then just change sides. Good, that looks great. Well, let's get up. Let's put that together with our form. Once again, I'll be in the mirror image. So the stepping in this form is similar to what we just did, but there's some variations. So the one variation I want to go is balance on your right foot, release your left. Touch the heel, shift forward. So that's the same, right? But then we do this thing where we shift a little further forward and bring this up part way. And then we shift into that and do a cat stance again. We do that one more time and shift forward into the bow and arrow stance. So a little more on your left weight. Bend your left knee just a little. That's it. So your center just sort of goes from here to here. It's not a big deal. And then we shift forward again. So try not to lean. Just bring this part of your body, or think about bringing your bottom forward so you can pull this up. This is when we reach out and grab the lute. And then you shift back once again into the cat stance. This time you'll touch your heel. And then we do repulse the monkey 2 times where we slide this foot back, shift into this foot, and then release this one so it straightens out. Then you slide this one back and release. And then we return to the wuji stance. And then we do a little kick, so lift and straighten. And then we touch the heel, shift forward. Shift all the way forward, not all the way, but enough so you can pull this up. And then back into the cat stance. And then you extend the leg, shift 2/3 of your weight here. Then shift most of it there, pull this up. And then we do play the loop. And then repulse the monkey. This slides back, shift, release. This slides back, shift, and you release the front. And then you return to the wuji stance. And we do a little kick this way, you balance. But don't think of it so much as a kick, it's just lifting your thigh, straightening the leg, bend it. Now, if you have trouble doing that, let's try keeping it not so much, let's just try this from side to side for a minute. Shift into your right foot, lift your left heel. Touch the heel, put the heel out, then toe. Okay? So think about it, if you were actually wanted, somebody's coming at you, you want to have your Doc Martens or your floor shines or your stiletto heels and just go, that's it. So you don't need to kick, you're just in the shin, so you don't need to do a big old roundhouse kick, you simply, boom. And that way you're not gonna fall over either. You don't wanna kick and fall over, you've helped the, so let's try, shift into your left foot, release. So your heel's up, now simply straighten the leg. And then bring it back, shift. Just try it on your own. So I'd like you to be able to take the weight off your foot, straighten, bend, and then place it down without falling at any point. So have your head pointing straight up. Try it again. Here's something you can try. Well, I'm going to have you do two things at once. Imagine there's a laser pointer coming out of your byway point here. It's pointing right at the ceiling. So you don't want it to point over there or over there. You want to keep it right above you. So the laser pointer's up, shift into your left foot. Now keep it pointing there while you lift. And then put that down, shift back. Keep the laser pointing, shift into the other foot or whichever one you want. Balance. Nice. That's it.
You're doing that without moving much this way, and I find myself kind of.
Take a small, what you can do is, watch what happens on my feet. I'm gonna shift here, and I just let this heel come in. So it's not way out here. So I keep, like a figure skater keeps, they do that spinning at the end, they keep everything in close. So what I'm doing is, say we'll shift into the left foot. My center comes over, gets over the left foot, and then I let this go. I just let the weight, so I'm just lifting my knee just a little. And then I'm gonna just straighten my leg, bend my knee, touch the toe, straighten out, and then shift. Then I'll shift over here, let your heel come in a little bit, your left heel, right heel, I mean. Yeah, and then just straighten. That's it. So you just start out real close. You can bring them in closer. And then, because what we're doing is okay, I can do it here, because everything's in close. If I want to kick out further, well then I've got to lift my leg, I've got, you just become stronger and more stable. So this is one of the key things. We do this every time we step. We want to be able to move without falling. So let's try this, adding the arm movements we practice. You're in the wuji stance. The opening move, you bend your knees, your arms come up. And down. Shift into your right foot. Lift your left heel, hold the ball. Right hand's on top. Touch your heel. Shift your center, so a little more weight there. Lower your right hand, lift your left. Now you're going in the direction your left toes are going. Now move your center forward so you can bring your right foot up partly. And then balance on your right foot and lift the left heel. block in and down with your left hand, out and up with your right. White crane flashing its wings. Now you're going to turn your torso just a little to the left as you lower your right hand and lift your left hand. Turn your torso a little to the right as you lower your left hand. And then bring your right hand up, out from you, over your shoulder. Straighten out your left leg, touch the heel, shift forward, brush knee. You block over your left knee and push with your right palm. Good. Now, move your center forward enough to bring your right foot up part way. Reach out with your left hand, grab the neck of the guitar or lute. Shift back onto your right foot. All the weights there, touch your left heel. So you see, that's another time to practice that little weight. Left palm up, right palm out to the side. You're going to, two things at once. You're going to bring your right hand in, slide your left foot back, shift into the left foot. When you do that, let the weight come off your right foot. Pull your left hand in, right hand pushes. Repulse the monkey. Palms up. Left hand in, right foot back. Shift into the right foot, release the left. Repulse the monkey. Return to the wuji stance. Wow, we made it. Shift all your weight into the left foot. Here we do a kick. Your hands go out in the two directions we're going, those 45. You look at your right hand, lift your right thigh, straighten the leg, bend it, and touch it down. Now bring your right hand across, and we're going to repeat what we just did the other way. Straighten your right leg, shift forward, part the wild horse's mane. Shift your center forward or your bottom, bring your left foot up. Balance on your left foot. Block down with the right hand, up with the left. White crane flashing its wings. Turn to the right, lower your left hand, lift your right. Turn to the left, lower your right hand, lift your left, hold right here. Step, shift, brush knee. That looks good, very good. Now see if you can relax. Just hold that, but let any tension go. Take your attention to your bottom, move your bottom forward and bring your left foot up. Reach out with your right hand, grab the neck of the guitar or the lute. Balance on your left foot and touch your right heel. Play the lute. Palms up. Ta-da! Left hand in, right foot back. Shift into the right foot, let your left foot go unweighted so it can straighten out. Repulse the monkey. Ta-da! Right hand in, left foot back. Shift into the left foot, release the right. Repulse the monkey. Return to the wuji stance. We're going to do a little kick the other way. Balance on your right foot. Cross. Now, when you think of a kick, just think about lifting the thigh, straightening the leg, bending it, and touching it down. Nice. Your right hand makes a crane speed. Now, instead of going at 45, we're going to go parallel to the window here. Left hand comes up, you step sideways, single whip. Then you shift back, lowering your left hand. Left hand comes up, right hand goes down, parting cloud hands. Bring your right foot in. Change your hands. Shift into the right foot, balance, move your left foot, change your hands. Shift into the left foot, balance, bring your right foot in, change your hands. We do one more. Third cloud hands. Step, change, and then shift. And then balance on your left foot, let your arms come down. We're going to do golden rooster stands on one leg. Right thigh and right hand come up and go down. Your left hand goes out like this. Crane speed. Step sideways and do single whip. And then wave hands like clouds 3 times. 1, 2, last time, 3, and then balance on your right foot. Golden rooster, your left thigh and hand come up. And then we're going to let our arms circle, so we're holding the ball on the right side. Stepping at the angle to finish out. Step, this is grasping the bird's tail. Ward off. Roll back. hold the ball on the left side. Balance on the left foot, step, shift, ward off, roll back, press, push, and back to the wuji stance. And then the closing is simply like so. And you feel yourself just come right back to the wuji stance. Try that again, just cross. But you don't, it's just a nice feeling centered and grounded. Good, how are we doing? Okay, any questions about that? Everyone doing okay? Excellent. All right, so let's finish with something slightly different. This one, people always like this one, I think. I always like it. It's putting the moon in the sky. The clouds are already there. So the moon, just imagine you've got the moon right here. You don't have to squeeze it, so it's just resting. If you're a bowler, just think about how you hold a bowling ball. But the moon isn't as heavy though. So you're going to bring it up in front of you. You're going to turn it forward and then up, put it in the sky. And then your arms come down to shoulder height. And they're going to bring them forward and you're going to turn them palm up. And the little finger side of the hands are going to come together. And then the little fingers are going to point towards you. And then the ring fingers are going to point towards you. And then the middle finger points towards you. And the pointers point towards you, the index finger, the thumbs, and it winds up like this, just for you. So it's like this. Like that. So it comes in, and it's right in front of you. And then what you're going to do, we're going to practice here. You just do it from here. You're going to push out, and it goes out parallel to the floor, out to the side, and then down, and we pick the moon up. But when we do it, you can do this. Let's try it again. So let's put the moon up, open it out, bring the hands together. Your elbows bend too as your little fingers, then ring fingers, middle fingers, index fingers, and thumbs. So we make this diamond shape. And then you push out and go out and down, and you start again. But what we'll do in this, I'll just show it from the side, is I've done all that, put the moon up, here I am doing this, and I'm going to bend my knees and push down a little. And then I'm going to straighten my legs and my back, and my hands are going to go out like this, so they're parallel to the floor. And then I do a forward bend, and then I bring it up again. So you can do it standing, or if you want, you can do this out horizontal, and then bend forward. And then I like to bend my knees here to start all over again. So you decide. Let's try it. Wuji stance. Take the moon, let's put it in the sky. Open out, palms up, hands together. Fingers 2 by 2 point to you. Make the mudra, press down and forward. Nice stretching, bend forward, grab the moon, bend your knees, and come up. It's just like lifting the bucket of water, right? And then up, out, forward, very good. And then just bring it up to your heart and back down. And let's gather, center, and sink. Very good. Let's get into a circle. Keep your social distance 6 feet, but we'll face all toward the camera, I guess. We'll do our closing Qigong set. We'll just do a few of each. Do 3 of each. So, heels together. Same sort of thing though, always head lifts up. Hands come here. You're going to breathe in, they'll lift up to your heart. Breathe out, they go down. Up, down. Last one. Up, down, and right here. And then lift your wrists, crane speed. So these have to move a little slower because they're not moving very far. Last one, up, and then all the way down. So the bird is stretched out and now the bird takes flight. Let those arms be, think of them as being closer to a rope than a long piece of lumber. So just feel that sort of suppleness. Again. Good, then the birds land, so what they do is they set their wings and go down. And then up. Again. And then the next one, the bird shows off its stuff. So you go down, cross your arms, breathe in as you balance on one foot and hold it. Breathe out, balance on the other foot. Pause. Down, and even though we got masks on, everybody smile this time. Very nice. Then the last one, we round our shoulders, and then we balance on one foot, lightly touch the other. Try to keep your vertical looking good, everybody. Last one. So that was 18 movements, 18 breaths. There's a lot you can do in a few breaths. Come to the wuji stance. Closing, we're going to cross, we're going to open upwards. Big breath in, just open to the universe. Stand tall and feel yourself. Again. Last one. Imagine smoothing yourself out, sealing all the goodness in, shining yourself up for the weekend. And we'll bow. So balance on your left foot, put your right foot in, left hand up, right fist. We're going to thank the people at home, and then we'll thank Cecilia, thanks Patty, thanks Annette, thanks Rose, thanks Sharon, thanks Jan, thanks Rick,
Thanks, Jerry.
thank you all. Good job today. That was a bit of work.